Welcome to Trick of the Week. In this one, we're going to look at a rhythm that you just heard me playing there called the Tresillo rhythm, sometimes called the 3-3-2 rhythm. Now this rhythm's got a really interesting history. It starts off in Africa, it makes its way to the Caribbean with the slave trade. It finds itself in Cuba, Havana. It's the rhythm of the habanero. Jazz musicians would then come on the ferry from nearby New Orleans over to Havana, and they would play with the local musicians and they'd pick up this, so it finds its way into jazz, particularly in New Orleans jazz. You'll hear this rhythm a lot, but also it then finds its way through jazz into ragtime. It's a rhythm in the Charleston, and it's a very strong rhythm in Jamaican dancehall music as well. However, it never stopped being a huge, powerful rhythm in all kinds of music. And if you've heard Justin Bieber's song Sorry, or Miss You by Clean Bandit, Despacito, John Legend's All of Me, Shakira, Hips Don't Lie, and what I was playing to you at the beginning there, or trying to on the uke, was the intro to Shape of You by Ed Sheeran. All of these have this same rhythm. So let's learn how to play that rhythm. What happens with this rhythm is, rather than feeling 1, 2, 3, 4 as our strong beats, we suddenly feel 3 strong beats instead of 4 strong beats, and the way they're dividing up time isn't even. So it gives us this kind of, it's called syncopation. Syncopation is when we accent something that we don't expect to be accented, and at the same time we don't accent something that we did expect to be accented. This is how it works. So the first thing to do is to get used to strumming down and up and down and up and counting. Let's just do it on a C chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay. Now what we're going to do is exactly the same thing, but instead of counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, we're going to count 3, 3 and 2, which is why it's called the 3-3-2 rhythm sometimes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now it's the same rhythm, but here's where the magic happens. We accent every time we say 1. So rather than just playing that C chord, here's a thing you can try. Mute the strings, so just lay your fingers onto the strings so we hear nothing. But every time we say 1, we lift our fingers up so we can hear the chord. So we get this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Notice how that second time that we do that is an upstroke. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. It means we get 3 beats and they're not evenly spaced. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. If you've ever played in a samba band, you'll recognise this pattern. It's also the first half of the Bo Diddley rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So if you've ever played the Bo Diddley rhythm, it's just the first half of that. So maybe find a chord with no open strings. So let's do a barred D7 chord. And we're going to keep that rhythm going. And we're just going to squeeze on that chord so we can hear it like that on every 1. And we'll slow it right down. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Ba, ba, bum, 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 bum. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. On the Ed Sheeran tune, it's happening in the melody. One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. This happens in Professor Longhair's Mardi Gras, great tune. You get this pattern, which you've probably heard before. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. It really drives the song along. If I try and put a chord on top of that, we'll get this. So that's happening in the left hand of the piano, or the bass part. So it's a really, really important rhythm to be able to play because it's through so much music. So a great thing you can do is just start to get used to counting 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. Even if you strum all of those beats, just try and make the one of each little group louder than the others. So strum very quietly. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2, down, up, down, down. So go out there and investigate. Have a listen to the songs that I mentioned earlier on and see if you can pick out exactly where that 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 bum 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 rhythm is happening. Is it in the drums? Is it the keyboard? Is it the bass? Is it a melody part? And see if you can hear it, and then find the chords to those songs online and see if you can strum along with that rhythm. I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.